Gilbert narrates that when he started the podcast, he didn't expect to solve anything, and most of all, he didn't expect Dove. The scene then shifts to Dove paying her informant a visit in his house and finding him dead. Dove is a journalist who has been investigating a story for The Guardian for 18 months and refuses to stop now, but her editor Damien reminds her that her key informant just hung himself. He advises her to keep her head down, get out of town, and let the police do their job. He puts her on something else, a podcast with Gilbert in Ireland. Damien is partnering with him on a true crime series. Dove travels to Bodkin and meets Gilbert and his researcher Emmy, who are very keen on doing podcasts and like Dove. Sean O'Shea drives the trio, and Gilbert explains that they're investigating the Samhain mystery that has been unsolved for 25 years, as three unconnected people went missing during the Samhain festival. The trio stays at a hotel and meets its owner, Mrs. O'Shea, who is Sean's mom. Dove sees a wolf in the living room who then jumps out of the window. Gilbert tells the owner about the podcast and she leaves mid-conversation. Gilbert, Dove, and Emmy go to the venue where the town used to have the Samhain festival. 25 years ago, after the festivities ended, they discovered that three people had disappeared. Fiona Doyle, a schoolteacher, Malachi O'Connor, and a boy, but they can't find any information about him. The trio head to a traditional pub and talk to the locals. Seamus Gallagher buys Gilbert a drink and introduces him to the lads. Outside, a man tells Dove he knows what happened to the missing people. He says they were attacked by horses. He once saw a horse run 7 times around the field, and then it turned into a woman. Dove decides to leave and sees the wolf again. The next morning, Gilbert's wife calls him and he yells at her, then promises to move some money around. Emmy tells Dove that she can't get through to Sean, so Dove decides to go to Sean's house, while Gilbert and Emmy talk to the locals. Dove walks into Sean's house but doesn't find him. Seamus turns up looking for Sean, and Dove overhears him asking if it's all sorted, as they can't afford any more F-ups. Gilbert and Emmy interview Sergeant Power, who was the local Garda when the disappearances happened. He thinks the three people probably just left and didn't tell anyone. He then drinks heavily, so Gilbert and Emmy put him in bed. Moments later, Sergeant Power gets up. It turns out he was faking it. Dove follows Seamus, but he notices her and confronts her. He adds that he doesn't want a podcast made about his town. Dove wonders if they met before. Seamus asks her to let the past go. Dove notices a car following her, so she runs into the woods, but she ends up crashing into it. 2 men wearing masks corner her, threatening her and ordering her to stop snooping into things that don't concern her and to drop the podcast. Dove walks away and sees the wolf. Gilbert discovers that Emmy stole a folder from Sergeant Power's house from the year of the disappearances, and he scolds her about it. He reminds her that they're not detectives meant to solve the case, and they're just there to tell a story. They then see Sean's car on fire, and the first episode ends.